Camera's rolling. I don't remember where it was that we
That's fine.
finished.
We can always catch up
Okay.
with it.
Okay.
So I think to wrap up, we need political will. That means that we need our politicians to come straight with us. Be honest, open, forward-thinking, and say, yes, we had nuclear power in the past, we needed nuclear power. We had coal power in the past, we needed coal power. We might still need to build coal power stations in the future. We had hydro, we're definitely going to need hydro in the future, which means that there will be some environmental damage. But we don't want to be damaging the air anymore. You know, we might still have to do some more land damage. But we want to do it where we can see exactly what we've done and what we're doing, and where we can mitigate the effect. We don't do it in the middle of the ocean, where we don't know what effect we're having on the ocean. So I'm not saying we've got a perfect world, we don't, but we have the opportunity now to use technology and IT and crowdsourcing and decentralization and bringing hundreds of thousands or millions of people together in a project in what I call the homeowner utility. So you've got homeowners, individual homeowners, who form groups of cooperatives into power stations, and all those power stations are controlled by utility, and at the end of the day, utility is owned by the homeowner. 100 years ago, that wasn't possible. Now it's possible, because we have computer systems that can make it happen. We've got smartphones where we can talk to our house. Okay? We can say, I'm going to be home in an hour, turn on the aircon, you know, or close the curtains, or whatever the case is, or make the ambiance nice, turn on the music. So when I open the door, you know, my house feels like I'm walking into a hotel. You know? So we have all that technology, and it's not expensive. You know, it's all available already, and it's all not expensive. So technologically, we know we can do the projects. From a cost point of view, we're cost competitive. Even with batteries, we're cost competitive. I'm not saying we should run a smelter with batteries, we can't do that. But we can run a house with batteries, at least for 4 to 8 hours. Doesn't mean we can run everything during that time, but we can keep the house going at night or at peak time when we need the energy for the smelter. So we've got base load. We just need to make sure that firstly, the homeowner understands it, the rooftop owner understands it, the small business owner understands it, the medium-sized business owner understands it, the big business owner understands it, the smelter understands it, the shopping centre owner understands it, the water club owner understands it, the government understands it, the NGO understands it, everybody must understand it. You're a connector, you connect people, I'm a bridge. I'm bridging technologies. Okay? So what I'm saying is, here's a whole set of technologies, and here's a whole set of costs, and here's a whole set of quality, and here's a whole set of opportunity. Okay? And what I'm saying is, here's the opportunity. We need to leap at the opportunity and say, the one thing that's inhibiting growth in South Africa and Africa, okay, where half the population is under 25 years old, okay, where 75% of those people, 3/4 of that half, don't have jobs, where we have 700,000 school kids leaving matric every year. Right now it's December. People are going to pass matric. Okay, 700,000 people are going to be on the street in January, and 70% of them are not going to ever find work. When I say ever, under the current regime, they're not going to find work. Okay, we need to grow the economy at 5% or more to create sustainable jobs. At the moment, we're growing the economy at 1%. So actually, jobs are shrinking. We're busy exporting jobs, and we're exporting coal, and we're exporting raw materials, and all of that is being beneficiated offshore, and we're buying the product back, and then we have a bad balance of payments, which means that the worse that our exchange rate is, and the worse our balance of payments is, the higher our inflation is. So we actually have extremely high inflation. That's why we have riots. That's why we have people demanding 15% increases. Because although the government says that inflation is 5%, I don't know anybody who's got inflation of 5%. My inflation, as a middle class person in this country, paying tax, etc., is closer to 20%. So it means my costs as a whole are going up, and my salary is not going up 20% per annum. And even though I work for myself, I can't go to my clients and say, clients, I want to put up my rate 20%. I might be lucky to get 8%. Unfortunately, that means that whereas 5 years ago, I could work 120 hours a month and break even, now I've got to work 150 hours a month to break even. Okay? So yes, I'm still living in the same house as I was living, but I've got to work more. A lot of people have got to work more. I mean, how many people do you know that they've got a day job and a night job? And they might be working on Saturdays for their friend doing their accounts. I know people that are accountants in big companies, earning quite a big salary, who part-time are moonlighting and doing accounts for people. You wouldn't have heard of that being done 10 years ago. Before the war, the Second World War, the man worked or the wife worked. The husband worked or the wife worked. Now, the husband and the wife are both working. But we've got computers. We've got technology. We shouldn't have to work more. We should be working less. We shouldn't be we got from 7 days a week, and the unions came along at the early 20th century and did a great job at getting the working week down from 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, to 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Now we should be able to work 6 hours a day, 4 days a week. Okay? And eventually we're able to work 6 hours a day, 3.5 days a week, and that means that another half of the population can work the other half of the week. And imagine the productivity, production capability, everybody's happy. For half the time, you've got the morning shift working and the other shift lying on the beach. How often they swap places. Plus, you have another opportunity we haven't discussed yet, okay? Which is that people can work from home because we've got technology. I can make a Skype call from my computer for free and talk to anybody in the world from my computer. Okay? So a plumber's got to go to work because he's got to plumb pipes, okay? And plums maybe. Okay? We've got electricians. They've got to go to work. They've got to connect cables. Doctors have got to go to work. Although these days with microsurgery, many doctors are able to do operations in the middle of Australia while they're sitting in Sydney. So that Australia is a technology leader in that particular kind of stuff because they've got huge distances. So what they did is they built remote operating theatres, okay, where someone can do an appendectomy or do certain kind of operation, and they're sitting in Sydney, okay, and the operating theatre is in Ayers Rock, okay. So that means that doctor can be anywhere in the world. So we're getting there with lots of technology. All the office buildings in town, we've got instantaneous opportunity for accommodation. So we don't have to densify because people are already living at home. So we need more accommodation, people can live in office blocks. It's not such a train smash, you know, to have thousands of people living in the city. You've got cities like Toronto, you've got cities like New York, you've got cities like the east part of London, Paris, where people live in the city. The city is vibey, it's going, it's beautiful, you know. Some people like that, some people like to live in the suburbs. But if you want to live in a vibey place that's free of crime, where you can go walking at 3 o'clock in the morning and not get mugged and have a cup of coffee because that's what you like doing at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and you want to work 1 day a week, that's where we want to be. So this is like David saying, okay, there's a huge vision, and maybe we'll get there, okay? But if we don't start, we're not going to get there. We have to start. We have to say, let's start. Let's make a start. The city of Cape Town says, but we're going to lose revenue, okay? And I say, but the city of Cape Town is going to be twice the size as it is now in 20 years' time. Twice as many people. It's already twice as many people as 20 years ago. Where's all the extra money going? Because you don't have 2 mayors. You used to have 11 mayors, now you've got 1 mayor. Technology means you don't need to have 11 mayors anymore. You only need 1 mayor. So there's 11 salaries. Where are the other 10 salaries? So we know that money is disappearing. Where's the money disappearing to? We've got a 100 million rand computer system. Why can't we use our computer system to see where's the money going? You know? So we need to make sure we have capacity. We need to make sure the right person's in the right job. We need to make sure that we're importing as much as we need so we can grow our economy as fast as possible. We need to make sure that the 11 billion people that are going